Michael Walding, 24 years old, 5'10", and at the show I was a light heavyweight. I weighed in around 193, and off season I was 225.
Okay, and what show were you coming off when we filmed this, buddy?
The Dexter Jackson Classic in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, how did you do at that show, man?
I placed first in I believe it was a light heavyweight class. It was my first show, so it was the novice, and then the overall novice, and then third in the open.
Oh, okay, good deal. Not bad at all. Okay, and what are your plans for this year, buddy? Are you taking this year off, or what are you doing this
Seeing
year?
how it goes so far, I'm back up to around 225. I just don't want to come in at the same weight as last year. I want to be at the top of the class next time I compete. So we'll just see how it goes the next few months. If I do compete, it's probably going to be at the end of the year, if not beginning of next year. I don't want to take too long off, but at the same time, I do want to grow.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and this was after, just so people know, this was after like a 3-hour photo shoot, so you were kind of tired by this point.
I think we were pushing 5 hours.
Yeah, it was long. It was a long ass day, and you flew in at night. We shot all day, and then I think you flew out that night, so it was a long day for
Correct.
you. You did arms, bud. Go ahead and tell us about the workout and the movements and what you like about each movement, buddy.
Normally, I go back and forth between tries and buys. But I switch it up every week. I don't like to keep anything the same. It's with cable press downs to begin with, just to warm up my elbows. And I don't normally count the first few sets, just get it to where I'm warmed up. After that, I'll normally go into another press down since I'm already there. Sometimes it's hard to go back and forth around the gym and wait for machines or wait for certain weights. So sometimes convenience is good. I just make sure I'm completely warmed up, first of all, because I have some elbow issues and kind of squeak and crack. So once I'm warmed up, I normally do 3 to 4 working sets and normally try to fail around 12 reps.
Okay. And what, let's see, what movement did you move on after that, buddy?
After that, we did cable press downs and then tricep kickbacks. So
Okay.
this workout, I did all tries and then went straight into buys.
Okay. Okay.
So normally these are 3 to 4 sets, fail around 12, maybe the last set 8 to 10. I'm trying to go a lot heavier in the off season and less volume.
Okay, I gotcha. And what would this be what would your normal breakdown for your weekly workout, bud, be like? Do you have a set day, like Monday's chest day or whatever, or anything like that, or no?
I normally take an off day whenever I need it. I don't just kind of set one in. But I normally start with legs. This is Monday, so I don't have to do National Chest Day with everyone else in the gym.
Yeah.
So I normally get whatever I want. And then Tuesday, go to chest. Wednesday, shoulders. Thursday will be arms, and Friday will be back. But I'm not the rotation going. If I need a day off, maybe something comes up, that's fine. If not, I'll just keep it going. So I'd rather take an off day when I feel like I need it rather than just kind of forcing my day because it's a Saturday or it's a Sunday.
I gotcha. Yep. Okay, and now in the video, you're on dips, bud. Can you tell us what you like about that?
Normally I do a weighted belt, but since this was coming right off a show and I'm still a little dehydrated, I don't want to put any more stress on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Normally I'll still do around 12 reps with a plate or two and 3 to 4 working sets right here. Anyway, obviously. Just trying to get a pump and keep the blood flowing. This is, I believe, 5 days after my show.
Yeah, because I think your show was the week before then.
Correct. I think it was about 5 days out. So, I'm holding a little bit more water now, but still didn't want to push it too much.
Yeah, and still taking it easy. Yeah.
Normally the week after the show, I'll go and just get a little bit of a pump just so I feel like the blood's flowing, and then I'm out maybe 15 minutes for each part for each day, and then the next week kind of hit it back again.
Yeah, and you weren't even during the shoot you weren't holding water. This was after like you had said 5 hours of shooting. So by this point you were pretty well worn out a little bit. So yeah, it was rough.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Okay, and what did you move on to after that, buddy? Let's see, you're doing hammer curls, I think, here.
And when I was at this time, on, and he also had me flexing and posing in between sets, push more blood into the muscles,
yep,
which I believe is very beneficial. And then after we move on to hammers, so we move straight into biceps. I normally try to keep hammers in every week, and same thing. I normally do alternating curls. Sometimes I'll do both at the same time, but normally get about 12 reps.
Okay.
And then always squeezing at the top and all the way down for a full contraction.
Okay.
And stretch.
I gotcha. Now you said you actually that's something you would do even during the off season, bud. Is you would flex in between sets to try and.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And
always pushing the blood and nutrients into the muscles.
Okay, that makes sense. And that's something you do year round then.
Always.
Okay.
Always second each arm, or let's just say arms for the conversation. Squeeze the biceps a couple times.
Okay.
Same with the tries.
Okay, I got you. Good deal. What's your diet like as opposed to like when you're prepping for a show, but as opposed to your off season?
When I was prepping for the show, it changed throughout. As right now for the off season, I have, eggs in the morning, 3 whole eggs. I'll have 5 ounces of ground beef, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and a cup and a half of broccoli. So, right now I'm training with IFBB Pro Joel Thomas, and he has me eating a lot of fats in the morning, and then I work out right after that. And then after my workout, we shuttle in the carbs with a shake, and then the next 2 meals will have, 2 cups of rice, and the next one will have 12 ounces of potatoes. And there'll be no fats whatsoever until the following meal after those 2, which will have, steak and broccoli or kale. And then after that will be a shake and a cup of berries.
I gotcha. Okay. And that would be for your off season, right, babe?
Correct. It's my off season. So there's a lot of fats, especially in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't keep the fats and the carbs in the same meals. And then following my workout, put in a massive amount of carbs, and then go back into the fats, and then a little bit of carbs before before bed.
I gotcha.
As far as for this show though, I was carb cycling. So I worked into 2 days no carbs, 1 day carbs. Every other day. It rotated often as we got down.
Okay, I gotcha. Now here you're doing you're doing straight bar curls.
Straight bar curls.
Yep. Would that be something you'd normally do, or was this?
Normally in the off season, I'll do more weight. I'll normally do and load the weights on. Not coming out of a show a couple days. In the off season, I'll put on bigger weights and reps. 4 sets. I always try to keep one, mass building exercise in there. If it's shoulders, military legs, going to be squats. So 1 compound. But other than that, I do a lot of machine work as well. It just depends. I switch it up every single week. No week is the same.
I gotcha. Okay. So what would and you had talked about your off-season diet, but what would your when you're prepping for a show, what was your diet like going into this show that you did?
This show, I'm trying to remember. We started out carb cycling, so I did, 1 day we have like 100 grams of carbs. The next day would be none, and I think we rotated often. This is a few months back now.
Yeah. Yep.
Rotated it. Where I did a couple days no carbs, and then like a refeed day, and just a bit on the carb I was looking each week.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And just so people know, what happened was we'd actually the shoot ran so over. We did the video, but we didn't have time to actually do the interview. And between Mike's schedule and my schedule, it's been hard to link up. So this has definitely been a few months ago. So it's hard for him, I'm sure, to remember back. Like we're talking like 3 or 4 months. So
about 30 pounds bigger.
Yeah. We wanted to make sure people saw it, though. You still were looking in crazy shape. So what are you weighing now, buddy?
220, but it fluctuates a little. But I want to get up to at least 230 before I cut down again, because I still want to be the same size again at the same, a year later. So we'll see how this off season goes. But worst case scenario will be beginning of next year.
Good
hopefully,
deal. Yeah,
hopefully I can see something in November.
Always want to come back making some type of improvements and stuff then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From Florida out to California, and a lot of busy time. It was a little bit hard for me to stay on the grind. It's 110. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, man. Well, no, you look crazy in the video. The shoot went good. I know a few publications have picked up the pictures and stuff. So it went great, man. Look forward to definitely working with
Perfect.
you again. So,
Yeah, it was great working with you. Yeah, it was good to fly up to Detroit, even though the shoot was long. It was a fun one, and looking forward to it next time. Hopefully, we can get in a show in November, and I can meet up with you around then.
yeah, that'd be great, man. Looking forward to it. You look crazy, and definitely keep going and making those gains, buddy.
Thanks again for everything.
Okay.